So we've spoken to all your fellow comrades.
Yes.
We've gotten sort of the scoop on the premise of the show and where the first season is going. But from your mouth, we'd love to hear a little bit more about your character. And also what drew you to this project.
Absolutely. Holden is the character I play in Beyond, and he is a very complex character, which, as I'd say, drew me to the project. I mean, he has a lot of depth in his discovery of everything, and the show is really a cool way that he journeys through life, and you see these dozen years that he missed condensed into all these experiences that we have in our adolescence and our teenage years, and he plays them out, and he gets to see all of these things for the first time and experience things and really choose a right or a left path at these different cruxes in our life that we've all sort of chosen, and that was definitely something that attracted me to the project, for sure. Yeah.
Do you get to interact with your younger self at all? Like, because we know at the beginning we do see young Holden, but do we see him any more throughout the season, or does he just kind of...
Is there am I talking to me at
Yeah,
any point?
or do we even see him at all?
I wake up later in the same time period, so I mean that's not very... It's maybe.
Because they said that we do see sort of flashbacks.
No, of course, and that's the thing, there are flashbacks, and we don't know what happened in that dozen years, so I mean there's always a possibility. I'll put it at that.
What would you say has been the best thing and the most challenging thing about your character so far?
Yeah, I'd say, the best thing, I'd say in one aspect of this show, there's so many amazing things about being able to play this role, but one of the fun parts was to be able to see sort of that this character had superhuman power. I mean, who doesn't want powers? That something like that is just so cool. So he had these telekinetic abilities that you sort of see a glimpse of in the pilot, and as well as you will see him transform himself through the rest of the series and find what those really are. So I think for me that was a really interesting and cool part that I'd always idolized seeing in other characters and other shows, and be able to embody one myself was really a dream come true. As well, for the most challenging part, I would say the challenging part would be is one that I took with pride and with great anticipation. It was having the collaborative process of creating a character. I mean, we're creating a new show, and Adam made such an amazing script that I read, and I really just wanted to pay homage to how good it was and what he thought. And I mean, this is such an amazing idea that he had. So I think it was working with him and our directors and our execs in our network to find a character that really just is able to embody what Adam envisioned as well as everyone else.
How did you handle dealing with the character's mentality where he is 25 but he's essentially 12?
Yes, that is a huge aspect of the show, is as I mentioned, that journey is him waking up and appearing to the general public, whether you know him or not, or very easily mistaking him, even if you do know him, as he's older, he's grown up, he's been away, kind of thing. But really, he is the same kid that went into a coma all those years ago. So it was a very fun and interesting process. Is that Adam often references is that he would himself think, what would it be like if you dropped a kid in there for the first time? What would it be like if you did this? So it was a fun way for our writing staff, as well as Adam, to put this character Holden in these circumstances of seeing something for the first time, feeling something for the first time, being something for the first time, and being able to express what he's seeing, feeling, and doing in those moments. And that was a very fun part of our show.
So if that were to happen to you, and you yourself woke up and you were in a coma for 12 years,
yep,
what would be the first thing that you would do?
The first thing I would do, I think stretch. That would be a great step. I could go for a good sleep in. No, I think it would be very similar to, I think Holden's reactions was to get back to what he loved before. So to see his family, to see his friends, to go to his favorite restaurant, to have some favorite food. You know what I mean? It's just to revisit all of your favorite items of life. I don't know how else to really describe it, but just to go back and revisit those, which as you'll see in our story, some are the same and some are drastically different from how he remembered them, and some of the people don't even remember who they used to be, really. So it's a neat sort of way to see those two different perspectives, one being a dozen years before and him meeting characters that are really new to him, even though they're people he knew before.
It seems like you're in the dark about your abilities and kind of freaked out about the whole thing.
Absolutely.
How far into season 1 does it take for Holden to sort of like accept himself and his new self?
Absolutely. There is a big, sort of disparity between him understanding what he is and who he is and all of these different elements of this. And I think that's it. I don't think it's really from a one to like a point A to a point B. I think there's many different steps that he takes, understanding not only what they mean but how to use them and who he is. Because I mean, he's not a good guy or a bad guy, and he doesn't know how to use these or what to do. So as he gains control of his abilities, control of who he is as himself, and really understands who his friends are and what it means to be himself, I think then he sort of has an avenue to choose how to use his power. So it's sort of fun to sort of be in that mysterious way of you don't really know how this character is going to use these abilities and if he's going to be able to ever control them. So I would say it's a work in progress for him. I couldn't exactly give you an episode.
Okay.
So Holden's best friend, we do see him in the beginning,
Yes.
and then he is, well, the last time we see him, he's, in the rain, just being beat up by the government.
Very traumatic.
Yes.
Yes.
So is he somebody that we can trust, or should we still be wary of everyone in Holden's life?
Definitely be wary. I would say not even just referring to Kevin, who's played by very talented Jordan, but as well as everyone else. I mean, there has been such a gap in time between Holden knows him that he goes in with quite an innocence of trusting. I mean, when you're a child, until someone tells you not to trust someone, you trust them. And really, we slowly lose that as we grow up through experiences of unfortunate events for us. But he definitely goes in just sort of trusting people and friends and family until people tell him otherwise. Yeah, so I would say as an audience member sort of living those with Holden, I would say that you should definitely be wary of everyone in the story until you sort of know who they really are that many years later and learn it with him himself. Really.
Would you include family members in that pool?
I mean, why not? Of course. I mean, really, there's many elements to who he will meet that are new characters as well as old characters, and there is enough time that even just conceptually for people to change in that period of time. And I mean, so many families that even for me growing up, I mean, my friends, my family, my relatives, everyone that I've known, we've changed in our personalities, our ways of life, and as well as those choices in stories especially can lead you astray, and they can lead you to sort of go down unfortunate paths. You may not realize that you're straggling down something that may lead you to a bit of a perilous end, but to Holden, he's still the good old, mom, dad, brother, friend, or anyone that he knew back in the day. So he might find that there are secrets in his family and his friends that he definitely didn't know before he went in.
Sorry guys, that's all the time we have.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank